Hello world, this is JWP, JWP Primo Beats, coming to you live from my home studio. For around 20 years I've been mixing and mastering music, rapping, songwriting, recently started singing, along with everything else that goes with music production, such as graphic design, editing, photo editing, video editing, and for around 15 years I've been using SynthEdit to make my own audio plugins. Check out my website JWPsite.com for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, JWPmas@gmail.com. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever makes you click or appreciate. So I'll be doing something a little different this session. I have planned to look at some of the free plugin offerings available now, generally Bedroom Producer blog. And we're right to the first entry. I guess that was their front door kind of thing. And look at some new album releases. Maybe take a quick listen and give sort of a first perspective on things. So here's the list there. Here's a news archive here. I'm not really sure if there's any more resources as far as... Maybe I'll look at some deals. So first up we have the Humble Bundle from IK Multimedia. And includes the IK Multimedia SampleTank for $1. That's an okay deal. It's not a SampleTank Max though, and with them doing that, that means that SampleTank 5 is probably coming around the corner, right? Is there even an even newer one? I'm pretty sure it's at SampleTank. Deny that. So they didn't release the new iLoud Micro Pro. I have iLouds here. Not sure if I can bring them into the stream. I can't really. I'm going to back out of it. And this iLoud there. And iLoud somewhere over there. So I never did get a chance to move my studio absorbing foam out here. That's when my wall is so blank. In my home studio, aka living room. Anyway, so yeah, I was comparing like with the advantages here, and I think the reason I didn't realize the IK Micros, their specs say I think 60 cutoff, and I didn't know that until after I bought them. I would have spent the extra $400 or $500 getting, maybe the medium guys. If I'd have known that, because the low E, was it E2 or E1, is generally 40 hertz, right? So 55. Okay, so these small speakers can't represent. I mean, it's understandable. They're small speakers, right? They do have quite a bit of bass kick, though, for such being small speakers. So the new ones, I don't know where that went. Let's go back here. The new ones go only to 60, I think. 50. Okay, so we got 5 more hertz. We're still not reaching that low E, though, which is important because most guitars are in E. And when you're tuning your band, right, I imagine you'd be tuning your drum, your bass drum, to that low E, because you want, tuned to the tonic, right? And pretty much everything else wraps around that E tuning, low E. So we're still not hitting that E. We do have 3, right? Reasonable price, though. I mean, that's not the real price, because that's only for one. For a pair, you're looking at about 600, and I think that's around how much I spent. I'm not sure if they were on sale. And you do get the ARC microphone. I believe you get the software with it too. I have Total Studio Max 3, so I got ARC already, if I did have it. Looking at the back, though, we have an XLR. That's interesting. ARC mic. Okay, so that's for the ARC. ARC is now live, right? So when you plug in the microphone, that's interesting. When you plug in the microphone, it constantly calibrates to your room. We also got a USB. Do we still have Bluetooth? I don't see Bluetooth anymore. And a different power plug. I think my power plug is different than that. Yeah, mine's different from that. It's got the standard 9-volt cable. Mode. Got that high flow. So they're buttons instead of knobs now. Do I have knobs? I think I have. Still buttons. Yeah, there's switches. I have switches, right? And no, what is 9 inputs? I think I have that. No RCA. What is USB though? Does it tell me if I'm clicking? USB-C port for what? Power button, yeah. So no Bluetooth? Because that's generally how I use mine. I mean, it's not the best way to use it, and I feel like it taps out. I did start a thread in the forum, IK forum, but nobody ever got back to me. That like when you push a track really hard, it sometimes it blares, like it, I don't know, it taps out. And then when you plug in the direct line, it doesn't get as loud or something wrong. So it's kind of a guessing game and a chance roll. I'm not seeing X monitor integration. Is that what it's called now? X monitor? It's not ARC anymore. Built-in ARC correction. X monitor. So it's got emulations as well, so that you can like check your mix on different sort of setups. Mid-woofer. Yeah, I'm not seeing Bluetooth here. Full specs. Okay. Dimensions. So they must have axed Bluetooth. USB-C, C8 power sockets. USB-C. Non-stop spam in my email. Full DSP control. Not seeing Bluetooth, huh? So they cut that. Yeah, it looks like they axed the Bluetooth. So in comparison, they axed Bluetooth, they axed RCA. One RCA unbalanced input. Is that what it's called? I thought it was called coaxial. One XLR balanced input. RCA unbalanced input. Isn't it called coaxial? Like headphone jack? Whatever. I'm not gonna look. So what's the USB for then? Don't really want to watch any videos on stream. Doesn't say. It just says USB-C port. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? Ring, tip ring, sleeve? I've never heard the headphone jack, headphone plug called RCA. RCA is the color ones. The left and the right, right? Just looking for this USB-C thing. Because it'd be interesting because if you can get it as sort of a USB input or output, rather, whatever, USB thing, then it would probably have a much better fidelity than what I've been getting from Bluetooth. Total latency, 3 milliseconds. Doesn't say, and I can't find any specifics. I mean, I can go dig around in the manuals. Go dig around in the videos and stuff. Let's check the manual and see what this USB-C port's for here. Power. So they call it RCA. Connector allows consumer on unbalanced CD. Okay, so what is XLR? Connector allows you connecting of an analog source. Okay, so you can get a balanced XLR, which is pretty amazing. But then you lose your ARC, right? USB port. Back panel features are designed to allow X monitor connection and firmware updates. So X monitor's a rack? X monitor. It's not a rack. It's like it's not a physical rack. That's a little disappointing that you can't. You have to connect. Not only you have to connect a regular wire for audio to get like high fidelity audio, which you lose your arc mic for. You also have to connect a USB to get the arc mic to work. So it's give and take, right? It's give and take. And not something I'd invest in after sort of IK Multimedia didn't get back to me about the problems I was having with Bluetooth. I probably won't deal with them anymore. If I'm going to look at different monitors, I'll probably look at something else. And XLR honestly isn't really my favorite thing because it's great that it's balanced and everything, but it requires like a lot of times with the microphones and a preamp, right? Or what they call phantom power. It usually requires an interface. Like there's no computer that has an XLR jack on it. For desktop users, maybe, but for like laptops, I'm a laptop user. It's not really fun. It's not really streamlined. Whereas USB microphones, they're self-isolated, right? You don't need to worry about ground because they're digital and they're isolated. And they just plug and play. That's what's so great about microphones. But that's not why we're at the IK Multimedia website. I just wanted to kind of go over that. We are here to talk about the SampleTank, right? So if ever I can find it. They also redid their website, and now it's like kind of confusing because they used to have like everything laid out better, and now I feel like I'm constantly searching to find things. They used to have it like products, and then you'd go where you wanted based on, you know, certain product lines, but now they have sort of divisions or specifics. Okay, so we can get a little closer to where we want with the secondary menu, but we're still kind of like, you know, like where is IK Multimedia T-Rex? Where is, you know, amplitude? Like I have to go to guitar and then software. Like there's amplitude, yeah. I'm just not used to it. I'm still getting used to it, and they're probably going to change it by the time I get used to it. So we are here for like, how do I get to Evans Total Studio SampleTank? Like SampleTank would be, you know, you'd go to the products and it would say SampleTank or samples or something. Like I'm buried here. SampleTank. Okay, so yeah, as I said, the Humble Bundle is $1, which is an amazing deal. However, it's not max, right? So you're only getting, I guess I could just click from the bottom. Humble Bundle, that's not really what I wanted. And yeah, so we got different prices even. $45 for $3,000. What does that get you then? Enter 40 item bundles. So cinematic. I don't get it. Syntronic. Okay, so there's a lot more here than just future synths. Than just SampleTank. For $1, you can get SampleTank. Of course, I'm in Canada, so it's a little more. But with SampleTank 4, you're getting, you know, a certain amount of samples. And then they kind of prorate you for the other packs and stuff. But as far as what you get, I've always really liked the offering in SampleTank. I've never had a chance to really use it. I was at a time when I decided to start getting into mixing more. Vector Vision. Including Mojo Synthesis. What's Mojo Synthesis? What else we got here? Extraterrestrial saxophones. I've never seen that before. This is probably where I stopped following that. And then with the drum machines, it's great that there's lots of drum machines and stuff, but tuning them is just a nightmare. Nobody does anything about tuning. It's just like 0 to 10, like they're not even semitones. It's awful. Okay, so SampleTank Max. I think I have to go here first, and then I can look at, yeah, the different ones. So if we go to versions, right? Or will this be it? No. Where is the comparison? There's usually a comparison. Editor instruments. Maybe it's on SampleTank Max. So go to max. And versions, it's not really giving me sounds. Not giving me a definitive comparison chart. Specs. More. Yeah, it's not giving me a specific comparison chart. So it's just a little trimmed. For $1 though, it's kind of worth it. Let's look at this. What is this? So many pop-ups. Ultra animated evolving synth timbers. Vector vision brings vector synth. Okay, so it's vector. Okay. So how do they do that? So they must just have like pre-recorded samples. You don't actually get to wiggle a knob. It looks like it. Maybe you do. The LFO or something. But I don't see any sort of interface. XY controller. Division. And it also merges all of their other sounds, right? So they've got the Mellotron in here. Fairlight, those aren't vector synthesis. A lot of these, I think this whole list here is in vector synthesis. So they took all their synths and kind of ran them through the vector synthesis stuff, which is kind of cool, I guess. Nice offering. Two-dimensional. Since the vectors are in two-dimensional XY space, the sound evolves to move away from one waveform to another. So let's take a look at that. Specs for the micro there. What is this? The monitor again. So yeah, I'm gonna pop this out. Do that later. Decent for $1, I'd say. You gotta be ready to download 30 gigs though. What else we got? Music Stop Enters is free. Kriya Tools. This is instrument for Windows Kriya Tools. Open source synth plugin. Many of the instruments referenced are keyboards like the Pianet T, Harpsichord DX Rhodes, and the Whirly. Okay, so a lot of nice electric instruments. What are we looking at here? Let's go for a visit, see what's going on. Kriya Tools keys. Not the most. I thought maybe like that was sort of like a option screen or something, but this looks like the main interface. I'm not sure I could get used to that. Maybe someone else could. I mean, it's straightforward and simple, but it's a little uninspiring. There we go. That's a little more in depth, but it's still really like, doesn't really spark any creativity, spark any inspiration. Look at that picture. I mean, they probably did that on purpose. Just extra grainy. So I imagine it's free too, right? I won't actually be looking at anything like downloading and reloading. If anybody would like me to do any looking, comment on the comment section, wherever it is, or in the chat, and then maybe I'll grab something and check it out. So what is it? Sample-based? Free and open source virtual instrument. Sample maps. Over 120 factory presets covering different categories of synth keyboards, styles of keyboard instruments. All right, so free and open source using HICE. I don't know how to say that properly. Hires. Okay, so how big is it then? Source repositories. Is it a synth or is it sample? It says sample maps. Are we looking at samples though? It doesn't look like it. It looks like synths, eh? No, it is sample. Okay, electro piano 2. Okay, so it is sample. So how big is it then? Of course, this probably won't show me. Samples. Yeah, it's not going to show me. Waves. Of course, this won't tell me either. This is probably a direct link. It actually says join or something. Must be 18 to view this content. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, Patreon. Why you gotta be 18 to view samples? Whatever. What does it say? It doesn't say anything specific about exactly how big it is or anything. Continuing down the list, get the D16. So that's a priced offering. I'm not going to look at it. Transpanner. Then I'll go here. I'd like to look at some of the albums and stuff, and maybe if there's enough time, I'll come back and poke around here some more. Transpanner is a free 3D audio planning plugin by artists. So 3D audio, that must mean like, what's it called? Dolby? Okay, I'm going to go to their website because, yeah, it's more to the point, and that's someone else's IP if I start reading it. It's pay what you want. 3D audio plugin designed for loudspeakers. Redefine spatial. Transpanner, polar. It doesn't say anything about Dolby though. When you adjust the controls in Transpanner, it tailors these sounds' wave properties in such a way that your brain is tricked into perceiving the sound as coming from different directions, including from behind you. This creates a 3D audio effects, enveloping a more lifelike and immersed sound environment. All from a stereo setup. Interesting. Which is possible, right? Because that's how we hear things. So it's psychological sort of thing. KVR. It's called Dev Challenge or something. There was something like that I seen Developer Challenge. In one of their developer challenges that I've always kind of been interested in. It's just like a console thing. So these are all free as well as I move through them. And yeah, you can check these, or people can check these out at their whim. Okay, the king, where'd the images go? Oh, they're there. It's really small. And they're still loading. Okay, so I don't think it was this year. Let's go to previous years. Is it every 3 years they do this? I gotta go back. 18. Every 2 years? I don't know, it's just every once in a while, it seems like, because there's a space there, right? So we go from 16 to 18, and 18, 19, 20, 21, 3 years. 4, 2. Barbie Kush coming through. What's happening? I'm not doing music feedback today. I'm just looking at some plugins, free plugins. Okay, so the one I was thinking of is psychological. Like, there's speakers sort of stereo sound. You pan left and right, but it's not psychological. Like, it's just either side of your head. When something's beside you, there's actually like 2 milliseconds between you hear it in the other ear. It gives sort of a more realistic sound here. So this tiny Q, no. Still looking for this thing. A lot of plugins. There's so many plugins. This guy's got a watch. My watch. I'm gonna sample my watch and win the KVR challenge. Okay, so I'm not seeing it. I'm just scrolling here. I just can't think of the psychoacoustic. Is that the word I'm thinking? Look at this. What is that? Ultralight. A Rompler of a sort? Oh. What do you call it? Okay, Uno synth editor. Pretty sure it was this year. So we'll say KVR Audio Developer Challenge. Psychoacoustic, yes. Psychoacoustic. Psychoacoustic. Proximity. Challenge. It has to have psychoacoustic. Not seeing anything. Proximity. What is that? Distance pan palm, offering intuitive access to physical acoustics. Yeah, that's the one. So 2012, that was a while ago. So this will actually like delay, you know, once the pan. So when you pan to the left, it'll actually kind of push away original distance, right? And make it actually sound like. So it's a little similar to transpanner. However, I don't know if they must though, right? They must do the delay and stuff if it's to give you front and back. So that's actually kind of interesting. Like if I was in the lab right now, I might actually check something like that out. So again, if anybody wants me to check anything out, I will within reason. And you. So here is the Wava multi-sampler plugin. So let's hop into their website here. That's a weird background. What even is that? Is that what? It's like some sort of 90s video game. What's it called? FMV Phantasmagoria scene. Yeah. Awesome choice, I guess. And wouldn't really say so. Not really my taste in art. I would have picked something else. I mean, I picked outer space for mine. No, why did I? What did I pick? Let's just go image. So I picked something else for mine. I picked like sort of I picked a grid. So I need a grid. Yeah, we'll go to each their own, I guess. So we got simple yet straightly powerful, free to download, powerful creator, sonic designer. Is this part of that? Yeah, so it must be the modulation matrix. FM virtual analog, 4x multi-samplers. Okay, so it's kind of like just a Rompler, right? With some tools. It's like your all-inclusive sort of generator tool that everybody keeps making from all the different companies. And you blend the sounds together and you do a lot of sound design. Yeah. Out comes your sound. So what does it come with? Purchase full creator. Download free player. Okay, so same thing. I was going to say it's a contact. However, I didn't want to sort of throw shade on a free offering, but since they're offering like a selling price, I'm going to say, yeah, it's pretty much like Contact and Falcon and everybody else that's, you know, offering the free sampler and then selling the holistic sample editor. Does Tractor do that? Tractor, I can't remember what it's called. Tractor Waves. They have a sampler like that too, and I'm just wondering if Tractor Beam. Let's look at Tractor Beam. Tractor Beam is an object. Is that a real thing? I don't know. Anyway, let's get on there. Traction? Is it Tractor? Traction Waves. There it is. Okay. And they have a sampler, right? What is theirs called again? Collective. Theirs is called Collective. So can you get correct? No, you can't. It's free trial. Buy. So sort of probably, I don't know if they have a player even. Yeah. Collective. No. So I figured they might have, you know, been one of the few that actually offer the full featured sampler. And then you got to buy the packs. So what about back to SampleTank? Do they offer the full featured sampler? Try free. Okay, so what do you get for free? It doesn't say. Specs. I imagine you would get like the full custom shop compatible with all previous powered by SampleTank sound modes and sounds. Older libraries imported through use of SampleTank CS. So let's look at SampleTank CS then. Versions. Yeah, free what? It changed its punchline. Let's go back. Free expandable sound and groove workstation includes over 4 gigs of samples and 50 sounds. So I don't imagine that there is any limitations. Combining all the features. Yeah, it doesn't look like they limit anything. So if you get SampleTank Custom Shop or SampleTank at $1, either way you get everything. There just doesn't look like there's any... The full power of SampleTank, yeah. Interesting. Anyway, that's it for plugins. Of course, there's always my plugins, the homage line, which is free with a click-through to back to my website. If you want to get rid of the click-through, it's got a $750 right now. Price is gonna go up to get these instruments and then further instruments that are coming along. $750 now when the price goes up. Yeah, so the price won't, you get it now and get all the future stuff, which I'll be working on later today. Hopefully I'll be all tired after doing all this. What happened to my... I think I separated it into a different window, eh? Yeah, there it is. Okay. So time for albums. I'll get some albums here. I got about 20 minutes left. $2024. Cuddy's going again. Insano. 9th studio album. Insano. I don't mind Cuddy. Some of the stuff he's kind of drifted away from. In the Cuddy though, Speeding Bullet from Somewhere wasn't that great. And then he kind of jumped back with, I can't remember, Pain, Passion, and Demon Slaying, I think. Right? Pain, Passion, and Demon Slaying. That was okay. But the other stuff, that's newer stuff, hasn't really been doing it for me. This is my taste though. I've been moving away from a lot of music that uses the N-bomb all the time, or just at all, and Pain, Passion, and Demon Slaying. Yeah, I got it right. Phrase. Probably another link. Daisy coming through from the band lab. Intergalactic was for a movie. Intergalactic, right? That was for a movie. And yeah, I didn't much care for that. So it's Insano. I think actually I did check this out. I wasn't a big fan. It was okay. Some of it was okay. There was actually one track that sounded completely like someone else's work. I can't remember which track it was. I'll look at it. It might have just been a sample, right? Keep bouncing. Just length. But it was like, pretty sure it was, what's it called? Notes. What are they called? Ace of Base? Like it was pretty much the Ace of Base track. So I remember most about it. Some of the tracks were okay. Ooh, look at all his credits. That's crazy. But yeah, like there's the one track that sounds exactly like Ace of Base. Did they say anything about that? Ace. Race. Place. Glass face. Place. Glass face. Space. Ace of Base. There we go. Electro Wave Boy contains the sound of the All That She Wants, written by, yeah. So they did sample in it. Wasn't a blatant ripoff. I was like, when isn't that Ace of Base? So that was earlier this year, already into September, so I gotta do some catching up here. I'm into Green Day, but again, it's only like, once in a while when you get the taste going. Not really seeing much else. Will I be listening to anything? I don't know. What I really want to see is, there was an announcement for Aries on 9 Inch Nails, right? So it looks like we do have, well, just the announcement. So like, yeah, is there any leaks? Any previews, any leaks? You get out of your channel notification all the time. Leak, preview. So let's do another track. Tron Aries trailer leaked. Okay. Aries preview. See it first. Tron Aries is different, but I want to hear the music. Here we go. Going the sound. So I can't really read any of this. Oh, it's just like a form. Yeah, so nothing yet. Nothing yet. So hopefully it's not whiny ass music that they're always making though. Hopefully it's like the heavy hitter stuff that they make sometimes. Which I really, really like the industrial style they do. You know, they got a lot of melodic singing and really, you know, a raw sound. But I attempted to sit down and listen to a lot of Nine Inch Nails, like the albums all the way through, and it just felt like a lot of whining. And that whine voice, and I just, no. Since, you know, Nitro Omega, is this the same thing? Let's see. Part 2. Electro Omega Part 2. What? So, okay, so is it the same thing? 10th? The 10th now. 10th partner album. Deluxe. It's confirmed that the project was a separate album without any shared tracks from the previous album. Cool. I'll have to check that out. Maybe once I'm doing something, I can throw it on in the background, but I'm not really going to jump into it now. No reacts. Worth listening to. And that was February. Still in February here. And we're already in September, so I'm way behind. I'm not seeing any names I recognize. It's Judas Priest, but I don't listen to Judas Priest. Just something my mom listens to. Dragon Force, I don't really listen to them either. Apparently Technical is on Timberlake. Technical guitar, trying to sound video gamey-ish, so probably progressive rock. It's a really rough picture. He looks like one of those battery cowboy people in that picture. Look all plastic. Okay, so where's this album? Discography. I don't know how to say that properly. I would say discography. Why is it all expanded? Albums. What's this one called? Everything I Thought I Was. Okay, can maybe just go back here? I think that's what I messed up. Isn't like there's no index? Usually there's an index. Oh, on the side here. Okay, so here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Everything I Thought I Was. Let's see what kind of features he's got here. 6th album. So producers, backgrounds, release, singles, tour, critical, track listing. So we got a lot of names I don't recognize. Definitely worth listening. Timberlake's always pretty good with the catchy rhythms and beats and stuff, and sounding half decent. I don't see any names I recognize though. Okay, so the features are right here. I'm looking over here. Those must be writers. Yeah, those are writers. There's a lot of names, but I don't see anybody I recognize. So Fireboy, what you doing? I am looking at some new albums for the next 10 minutes ish. Not really listening. I don't have much time. If there's anything like pops out at me, maybe we'll give it a listen and sort of a feedback. What's up with you, Deku? Musicians. At least real musicians with trumpets and stuff. There's the charts. Doesn't look like it charted too well, eh? Polish albums. The second position. So where's like the states here? Japan, US. Number 4. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Is there Canada in here? Canadian. 17. Ouch. I mean, I'll never do 17. Maybe someday I'll do 17. I want to do 17. Right. So something worth checking out. I'll put that in the back of my mind list. I'm just too busy. And I can't listen to music. I can't listen to lyrical music when I'm doing like programming or focusing on stuff. It's too distracting. Even if I'm just trying to be chill, sometimes I prefer just instrumentals. Otherwise, the lyrics get me going, or you know, they don't incubate like a chill session. A lot of the music I listen to, it's always like, oh man, I gotta go do something. Gotta get, you know, I thought these guys stopped. This must have been their last album then. Sum 41. So I'm pretty sure they stopped, right? So we're in April. I thought they stopped last year though. J. Cole. Might delete later. Tech we're going up. Don't worry about it, man. No worries. If you're here to chill and talk about some of this music. You hear any new albums or anything that really stood out to you? What's going on in the album world? Sticks and Stones. Who's this? J. Cole. What's he looking like these days? 2024. Let's go photo shoot. Does he still have that giant thing on his head? Yeah, he still got that giant thing on his head. Yeah. When he first started out, he didn't have a haircut like that. It's like dreads, right? He grew out the dreads. And his music really changed before he was all, you know, would take the game over and the game this and we on it now. Like the last one I heard from him was COD. And that was like really chill, really like cooked music. Some discography. When was that? All off season. Where's Might Delete Later then? Is it not out yet? Might Delete Later. Why isn't it listed here? Is it not a studio album? I think that's just Wikipedia not keeping up, huh? Main articles. Studio albums. Yeah, no, it's not listed. Why isn't it listed? Is it someone else's album? Mixtape. Okay, so it's a mixtape. So it says 2024 albums, not mixtapes. Yundi. I guess it'd be better if I had like pictures on the side, right? This is pretty dry of a listing. However, it covers all of the different genres, so I kind of preferred it for this Pearl Jam. I never knew that Eddie Vedder was in Pearl Jam, which is interesting. It's a little bit of the oldie stuff. May. Into the May now. That's a Fleetwood Mac. Hi, Deku coming through again. What's happening, Deku? What are you doing? What you doing, bro? What's happening on BandLab? I swear I just seen... I'm just imagining it. I wouldn't even say wishful thinking. Fleetwood Mac. Where did I see Mac? I didn't see Chief Keef. Is my thing not on or something? I don't know. Check. Nothing much. I don't know. Let's check this microphone. Checking the microphone. Okay, let's go. Just never know sometimes, right? Powerman 5000. It's been a minute. I don't even know what they have. They don't even have a wiki page. Nothing's really standing out to me. Swamp Dog? Not doing music feedback right now. Thanks for coming through, though. I mean, I wouldn't mind listening to a track or two on one of these, but nothing's really jumping out at me. Imagine Dragons, Loom. Interesting. I always really liked their stuff. Really give and take though, like to the extreme. Some songs are really like good, and then other songs are really like depressing. And that's cool. It's a new album. I'm gonna definitely have to check this out. So I'm just going through the list. So maybe next time, Lupe, Johnny Cash. Next time I'll do some listening. I gotta remember to cut my VST review stuff short. King Valerian, not doing music feedback. Thanks for coming through though. Eminem, the Deathly Slim Shady. So I've had enough Eminem for a lifetime. No thanks. August. Okay, so we're here. With a little time to spare. So all in all, probably Justin Timberlake and Imagine Dragons. Nothing really stood out for me for rap. There's some LL Cool J. Again, not something of Paris Hilton, really. Isn't she a DJ though? Is she actually singing? She's full featured. And it doesn't look like sets or whatever, DJ sets. Lead vocals. Yeah, she's actually singing. I guess with $1 billion, you can become a good singer, eh? Katy Perry. Not really into Katy Perry, though. I've always thought there was like Nelly Furtado. There's some Seether. I always felt there were so many more better singers. Not better, but like on par with Katy Perry that... Why did Katy Perry become so like big? When there was a lot of singers that were pretty much right there with her. Okay, so that was September. So I'm still waiting for this. So we're waiting for Nelly Furtado. 7. They're back. Showstopper. Who do we got? I wonder if they're Timbo beats. I don't see any Timberlake. No Timbo or no Timberlake? What do we got? Really? Technical. So just all her. It was still worth a listen. That's interesting. What was their last album? Career discography 7, like 2017. I was probably listening to her around here. So yeah, that's it for that, I suppose. Check out my website, JWPsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. My Twitch, JWP stream. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my Patreon. I'm trying to cut those out of my spiel. My GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. Likes, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever makes you click are appreciated. Thanks for watching. Until next time.